Hello, my friends. Today is going to be a little something different. I'm feeling very fallish, so I actually put my little hat on, and I don't know how it looks, but I haven't left the house yet. um, this is my 1,000th YouTube video. Now, I've had other videos that I deleted and stuff, so I'm well over 1,000 I've uploaded, but this will be the 1,000th that's existing on my page. And I really thought about all the different real talk topics that I either got from you guys or I brainstormed myself and thought, this one needs to be a really good one that speaks to me. So that's why I'm doing this video. I don't know what I chose the title as of right now, being a plus size woman, living as a plus size woman, whatever it is, but that's what I'm going to talk about. So let's go. So I've talked about in my healthy lifestyle video. If you haven't watched that, I will link that below. I was big bone starting about 3rd or 4th grade. I guess I was developing, and I was considered overweight since I was about 12 or 13 years old when I started being a woman. So, I always was a happy child. I didn't think anything differently of me being bigger than my peers or such. I was very thankful that I was never bullied. I was friends with a lot of different cliques, and I never was bullied. For those of you that may be bullied that's watching this or have, I feel so terrible for you. I do realize that my experience as a plus-size person, as a kid, a teen, and a woman is probably different than a lot of people. But I have had a few instances that I'm going to share in this video, but overall I've had an okay, normal experience. I was a cheerleader as a kid. I played basketball. I did different things. I was never discriminated against. My family, my parents, my mom was overweight after she had my brother and I. She was very skinny before. My dad's always been a bigger person. My mom's side of the family all tend to be heavy. And like I mentioned in that video, my mom was giving us adult-sized portions, not realizing it. And I was gaining weight and fast. You learn your example of how to eat and how to be active through your parents. And if your parents don't eat well and they aren't active, then most likely you won't be. So as a teenager, I had tons of friends and I was happy and I had a social life and stuff. Being a plus size woman has never affected my love life, my dating, or getting attention. I really feel like the more that time passes, the older I'm getting, guys and men are more open to being with plus size women. I guess the world maybe is becoming a little bit more less shallow. I don't know. One thing that I really don't like is on Instagram, a lot of people put real women have curves. Okay. Now, I've probably posted things like that before, but here's my problem with that is just because you don't have curves doesn't mean you're not a real woman. If you're size 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or you don't, you're not thick, which is the in thing now to be thick, that doesn't mean you're not a real woman. So women are beautiful regardless if you're a 00 to a 32. you're beautiful, and the older you get, you learn that beauty really is inside, and if you have a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul, it really shines through. And also, as an aside, just from trivia and things I read, when you really are into somebody, they look even more attractive. And that's why sometimes when you look at people, maybe I'm just a hater, sometimes I'm like, what is that girl doing with him? Or vice versa. They have a connection, to them that's what beauty is. And I'm going totally off topic. So as for getting things like clothing, dressing, I've always went to Goodwill, thrift shops, Lane Bryant. When I was a teenager, my mom took me there. Now we have Torrid. Now everywhere has it. Target has plus size. Old Navy, and I don't wear the plus size at Old Navy. I wear like the 2X, the XXL, and even those are big. They're very oversized. They're very plus size friendly at Old Navy. So if you're a little bit bigger like me, see, that's me. That's my hip. then you could wear. I figured I should show a little bit of curve, when I'm talking about being a plus size woman. And I'm wearing leggings right now, and I know people are like, ew, but now that I lost the weight, like I'm losing weight in my legs, and I've always had thick legs, but they're like muscular, and I'm just going to the dentist and stuff today, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna rock my cute leggings. They have all gems on the side, they're from Torrid, and there's like skulls and like roses and what else is on here? Rock and roll royalty, and it's cute, so I got my little look going on. So my whole point of this is this, has somebody that's dated, if somebody isn't willing to, I don't know how straightforward I want to be on this because I know I have young viewers, but if someone isn't willing to be with a plus size woman, it most likely is because they can't handle one, and weight can be lost. And it's true. I mean, I'm just losing weight. And what's funny is I was thinking to myself, once I really, really lose it, I'm already getting attention from people that wouldn't give me attention, just from losing 30 something pounds. And I think it's really funny because I'm like, you are so shallow. Like, look how fast I lost that weight, and you lost the chance of getting to know somebody, a really good girl. And I just find it really funny. And I know the more I lose weight, the more that's going to happen. But there's a lot of men that love bigger women, because, same thing. Beauty is within. So as for experiences that I went through, I've never went through a thing where someone said, you're too fat for me, you're too ugly, or something like that. But I did have an instance at a local sports bar that I go to all the time. Well, used to. I don't anymore. At the time, I was going all the time. And there was a sports bar, and they have a restaurant with a martini bar in the back, and they have an upstairs. And they have, like, brunches and stuff. And I was going to meet my friend, who also frequent the bar, and we know the people that work there, we know the people that own it, the managers, everything. And I walked up to the door to go in, and the bouncer was like, this is a private event. And I'm like, but I'm here all the time, and I'm here for so-and-so, and this and that. And he was like, no. Because I wasn't wearing a skin-tight dress with 5-inch stilettos, I really felt at that moment that I was discriminated against because I wasn't, all done up in tight dress and this and that. And first of all, who wants to see a tight dress other than my man on me? Like, I don't wear things that are too provocative or too tight. I dress so it complements my body, and a lot of people are always be like, you always look great, you don't overdo it. I don't wear shirts that my boobs are hanging, it's too tight or it's too short in the back, or the pants are like riding into my skin, and I had dresses, I mean, maybe not like ones like theirs, but dresses that I could have worn there, and I was just so bothered. And it's nothing like that has happened now. He didn't flat out say because you're da 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 da, but I felt like that's what happened. After the fact, I talked to the manager about it, and he said it was because they were over capacity and this and that. And I did get there later, but a part of me to this day still feels like I was discriminated against because I wasn't the size 4 wearing a skin tight dress that barely covered my ass. And yeah, so that's really one of the only moments that I ever felt that way. I've always had attention, I've always had boyfriends and or people that want to take me out. Actually, it's quite annoyed some of my boyfriends because I do get attention, and it's funny because I'll be out places and I'll talk to people, and I just like to talk to anyone. And even like at a bar, if I'm having lunch or something, and I'll be talking to guys, and the guys, they're like gorgeous, like Bill, whatever, and they'll be like, God, I wish my girlfriend had your personality. And it's happened in the last year so many times. And I just think to myself, like, in my head, I want to say, maybe if you opened your mind a little bit more, you would be happier. Because just because your girl isn't like this, which one day I might be like this, and you could help me get there, you would be happier. So I just, for advice for young girls that are plus size, love yourself. Love every imperfection, because to me imperfections are what make us beautiful. I had a moment this week where I was talking to somebody on FaceTime and they were like, "What's on your face?" And I have two scars. I don't know if you guys, it's hard because of the lighting here, but I have two scars that I got this summer. I broke out in two pimples, which doesn't happen to me. And they never healed properly and they're fading, but it's red. I don't have concealer on it right now or whatever. And at the moment, I was just like, that's a scar. And then the person was like, wow, you embraced your imperfection, you didn't hide it, and they were just really amazed by me. And that's what I want you to do too. Also, please dress for your size. Please don't shove yourself into clothes that don't fit you. It makes you look worse. Embrace yourself. When I have a thing about myself. My family says it, like my boyfriends have said it. I feel myself, and not like that, but I'm like feeling myself. I love myself. I'll walk, and when I walk, I'm strutting, and I got a face on. And when someone looks at me and I look, I know I'm cute. And that's not a bad thing. You have to know that. You have to know your worth. You have to know. So, please, I know it's hard. There's moments where I've had a few moments where I'm like, God, like I wish I could wear this or I could shop here. Like I think the one store I really wish I could shop was Victoria's Secret. I would love to wear all those little hoodies and yoga pants and stuff like that. And honestly, that's the only thing that bothers me. I'm like, God. And I've said it so many times, like being with my friends there, I'm like, if they had a plus size, like the same thing for plus size girls, it would be really overpriced. But girls got deals. They would make so much money. Like if they would just offer 1, 2, 3X, they would make so much money at Victoria's Secret. If you're watching, we need plus size pink. So honestly, I understand why it's difficult for some people. Maybe it's my mindset. Maybe because I've been so fortunate to not be bullied and stuff. There's a lot of instances where I feel like kind of uncomfortable, like on airplanes. A lot of times I feel really cramped in those seats because I have big hips and a big butt. And I will like tell the stewardess that I'm pregnant, so they'll give me like an extender so I don't have to sit there and feel shoved, or they'll move me so I'm not next to another big person, or just I've done it so many times and I'm like, God, why can't you just say I'm not comfortable here? Why do you have to say I'm pregnant? But that's what I do, and I haven't flown in a long time. First of all, because I have anxiety, and then when you feel shoved in a spot, it's like, it's terrible. It's just the whole time, the whole way of like sitting there waiting to get on the plane, I'm thinking I'm gonna feel shoved the whole time. That's what gives me anxiety. So I don't know if that's stupid or not, but it's true. And I don't even think it's comfortable for normal sized people in those things. And they're like making it smaller and smaller and smaller. It's ridiculous. Like you pay hundreds of dollars for like this much space. But that's my ramble. So I hope you guys enjoyed this 1000th video, just very off the top of my head kind of thoughts about being a plus size woman. And a lot of people are plus size for different reasons. They were pregnant, they had a health issue, they're older now and they're not as active and they're gaining weight, or they've been plus size majority of their life. So we're all the same in that people are always going to look at us. We're always going to be scrutinized more than anybody else. So that's why I tell you to always, like my girl on here, CKane 68, 69, 68. One of my favorite girls, I've watched her for 5 years, I think, Cynthia. She always says, be ready, stay ready. Meaning always look your best, always look the best you can. Even if you got a sweat, I got leggings on right now. I still got my makeup on. And I put on a little hat and my Leo Sophia necklace. And just, if you feel yourself and you have that about yourself, people will be drawn to you, whether you're a 0 or a 22. So that is my advice for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and here's to another 1000 videos. Bye.